Welcome to EnfinityCast. At the dawn of the 20th century, one vast continent remained a mystery, a blank space on the map marked only by ice and imagination: Antarctica. This was the stage for what we now call the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, a period of intense, brutal, and often tragic ambition. Today, we're looking beyond the simple race to the South Pole to understand the forces that drove men to the very edge of the world. And joining me to navigate this frozen history is Calyx Rowe. Welcome, Calyx.
It's great to be here, Elias. It's a fascinating subject because it's so much more than just a geographical race. It's a perfect storm of burgeoning science, fierce national pride, and a very particular brand of Edwardian stoicism. This wasn't just about planting a flag. It was about claiming the unknown for an empire, for science, for history itself.
Exactly. And at the heart of the race to the pole are two towering figures, almost perfect foils for one another: the Norwegian Roald Amundsen and the British captain Robert Falcon Scott.
And their approaches couldn't have been more different. Amundsen was the ultimate pragmatist. He was a student of survival. He'd lived with the Inuit, he mastered the use of sled dogs, he planned every calorie, every mile with meticulous, almost cold precision. His goal was the pole, and every decision served that single purpose.
Whereas Scott was, in many ways, the product of the British Royal Navy. There was a sense of romantic, almost tragic heroism baked into his expedition. He put his faith in new technology, motorized sledges that quickly failed in the extreme cold, and in the sheer grit of his men, man-hauling their own supplies after their ponies succumbed to the conditions. It was noble, but it was horrifically inefficient.
And that inefficiency proved fatal. But it's crucial to remember Scott's dual purpose. When his party was found, frozen in their tent, they had with them 35 pounds of geological samples. Even as they were dying, they clung to the scientific mission. It speaks volumes about their motivation. It was as much about understanding the continent as it was about conquering it.
That's a powerful point. And we can't discuss this era without mentioning the third giant, Ernest Shackleton. His story is perhaps the most compelling because it's not about reaching the pole, but about failing to even start. His ship, the Endurance, was famously trapped and crushed by pack ice, stranding his men thousands of miles from civilization.
And that's where his legend is forged. Shackleton's ambition shifted from exploration to survival. His 800-mile journey in a small, open boat across the world's most violent sea, the Drake Passage, to get help is one of the greatest feats of navigation and endurance in human history. He didn't lose a single man from the party stranded with him. While Scott's story is a tragedy of what could have been, Shackleton's is a masterclass in leadership when all hope seems lost.
So, when we look back, what does this heroic age truly reveal? Amundsen's clinical victory, Scott's tragic, science-laden defeat, and Shackleton's impossible survival?
I think it reveals the complex, often contradictory nature of human ambition. It shows us that a goal is defined as much by the journey as the destination. Amundsen's success was so efficient that it was almost anticlimactic for the press at the time. Scott's failure, however, became a powerful, enduring myth of British heroism. It tells us that sometimes the story we tell ourselves about the struggle matters more than the outcome.
A perfect and poignant summary. It was an era where the limits of the map and the limits of human endurance were tested simultaneously, leaving us with tales that continue to resonate today. Calyx, thank you so much for shedding light on this incredible piece of history.
My pleasure, Elias.
That's all the time we have for today on EnfinityCast. Join us next time as we explore another corner of our vast universe.